I just always thought it was weird to like temporarily give someone my beats. So I used to sell beats like to independent rappers and all that, but I stopped because I just got bored. You know, like I was doing it and I was making a little bit of money, um, and I just one day I just decided to stop doing it because I just wasn't happy, and I started putting more energy into working with actual artists that I wanted to work with, and that's when I really started to like build uh, relationships with people and really started to build my catalog, and I was really finding my sound doing it that way. So um, look, it was just a conscious decision for me. I've never been happier. I'm not saying not to do it, but um, it definitely helped me to just like cut the fat and not sell beats to people I didn't want to sell them to, and just start working with people that I thought were talented. That's really what it comes down to, is just working with people that you fuck with, people that inspire you. And I was selling beats and I was making enough money, and I think it's great to be able to make beats and sell beats and make enough money to pay your rent and not have to work a regular 9-to-5 job. But I saved up enough money from selling beats, and I just switched my mentality and just started working with people I want to work with, and I haven't stopped since. I would say 2010, 2011 was probably the time that I stopped, selling beats to like independent rappers, and just started to work with people I wanted to work with. And I'm not saying that I don't work with independent artists. I do all the time, but I just don't charge them. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. Keep these questions coming because I can't get to all of them. How did I meet Gary V? So I was in simple. I was in LA. Gary was in LA as well. He's got a partner that he works with. Shout to my man Mike Boyd, who works with Gary, and my manager John Master already had a relationship with Mike, and he was like, "Yo, I'm out in LA with llmind," and Mike hit him back like, "Hey, I'm here with Gary. We should meet up." And so we met up, and D-Rock was there. He filmed it, and we had a conversation, and that was it. So we really got to build on some cool shit, and we're gonna be doing more stuff together soon. I'll probably do his podcast at some point, and then you guys already know we're gonna get Gary on Blab Chat, my podcast. So yeah, that's how I met Gary. Great guy, super inspiring, super motivational, really, really good dude. Is it a good idea to get a pub deal early? Publishing deals, yeah. I mean, listen, publishing deals are tricky because you just want to be smart with when you sign a publishing deal. It really just all depends on how much your publishing is worth and what you're willing to give up and how much you want to take up front. So there's all sorts of publishing deals. There's all-in publishing deals where you give up a good majority of your publishing and you take like a big fat check up front, and then other publishing deals don't give you any advance and they just collect for you. Those are administrative deals. So there's lots of different types of publishing deals you can sign. What I will say is that you'll know when you're ready to sign a publishing deal when your publishing is actually worth collecting. So like, and I'm talking about like you're getting play on, you're getting streams, you're getting, radio play, you're getting your publishing worth is valuable to the point where publishers want to sign you. So, I wouldn't really even worry or think about a publishing deal until you get to that point where the music you're making is worth enough money for a publisher to step in and say, hey, I want to collect publishing for you and work out a deal. And when you are ready to sign a publishing deal, just make sure you have a good attorney. You're not going to be able to sign any publishing deal without a lawyer. So and again, an attorney won't want to work with you unless they know that it's worth their time. You know, like if your publishing is worth a couple $100, or $1,000 or whatever, like probably won't be worth signing a deal. You're probably not going to get offers, so don't worry about that shit yet. Just work hard, get your catalog up, get, you know, work with people you want to work with, and just as time goes by, the more music you release and the more music you produce, the more your publishing value will grow over time, and at that point you'll be able to, you know, figure out a publishing deal that'll work for you. Keep these questions coming because I can't see all of them. Can you make money off doing a cover with a different beat? Explain that a little bit further. I don't understand that. All right, when you were going to do something in Austin, Texas, we got a pretty big producer crowd, maybe South by Southwest. Yeah, I'm definitely going to come down to Austin and do more shit, 100%. So I'll keep you posted on that. Place to move to for better music ops. I know internet is dope, but I want to meet people. You just gotta go out there, man. Go out there and meet people, man. Like, you don't have to be in a major city. You don't have to like feel like you have to move to like New York or Atlanta or Los Angeles or Nashville. Listen, if you want to make the move, then obviously it'll be beneficial for you. I'm not gonna sit here and say that, you know, living in New York or living in Los Angeles will give you an advantage, because it will. But start local. You know what I mean? Like, if you live in a smaller city, or, you know, in like a random town somewhere, create some momentum for yourself. You know, there's talent everywhere. I mean, a lot of the big artists, you know, that are out right now are from these smaller cities. So like, try to find local talent and really just start nurturing that talent. You know, if you're a music producer, that's what you should be doing. You know, like that should be your priority, is working with local talent and nurturing the relationships, and just seeing who's local and start from there. You know what I mean? Like, that's so important. So don't worry about trying to move to like a major city or anything like that. Start small, start local, and just stay persistent. You know what I mean? You're in a good position because there's talent everywhere, and it's really, as a music producer, it's up to you to find that talent and nurture that talent. What's my DAW of choice? I use Pro Tools for everything. Do I still have my studio on Herkimer? No, I do not. I no longer have that studio. Would you say individuals gravitate more toward a professional studio building or a well-designed home studio? It doesn't matter, you know, like, there's no standard. Like, I got my shit at the crib now, you know what I mean? Like, I work mostly from home. You don't need to work in a big fancy studio to feel like you're, you know, a professional music producer. You know what I'm saying? Like, just work with what you got. Everything is in the box now. Like, don't worry about the fancy shit. Just do your thing. You know what I mean? Like, do the home setup. I love the home setup. You know, I fucking wake up and I go downstairs and I bang out. Pause. You know what I mean? Like, it really just doesn't matter. You know, do the home setup. That's fine. Would you work with more female MCs? Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Like, I'm just looking for, really, really talented people to work with. Hold on one second, let me by the music. Hold on one second, right? All right. More questions. Any visuals, personal in NYC? What is that? I don't understand that question. Hold on. When will you come to Ireland? I want to come to Ireland. Shit, I definitely want to come. Maybe I'll do something there at some point in the future. I just have to make sure it makes sense financially, and that I'm doing enough out there. What's a good saturator for drums? The one VST that I talk about all the time is It's a VST. It's a plugin called Decimort, DECIMORT. It's by a company called D16. I use that on all my drums. So just do your research and peep that. Is it better to be more selective with locals? I wouldn't want to put my name next to just anybody's name, and rather develop the locals I admire creatively and want to grow with. Yeah, I mean, listen, you just answered your own question. Like, work with people that you are not embarrassed to work with. That's your answer. Like, you should fucking feel proud as fuck about all the people you work with, right? Like, why work with someone and not want to support them because you are embarrassed or you feel like they're not talented enough? Like, that's shitty, man. Like, I don't believe in that approach. So, work with people that you want to work with. Work with people that excite you, you know? Is selling sample packs worth it? Listen, my opinion on drum kits and sample packs and all that is this. Being that I, you know, helped pioneer that movement, I'm not saying that like in an arrogant kind of way at all. Like, I'm super fucking humbled that, you know, that's even become a thing, you know what I mean? And it's allowing for other producers out there to generate additional income for themselves, and I love that. All I ask, this is to all of you guys who are releasing drum kits and sample packs and all that shit, just make sure the shit is good. Just make sure all that stuff is good, you know what I mean? Like, don't feed us garbage. Don't put garbage out there. Don't take a bunch of drums and rehash them and re-EQ them and fucking put them out, and don't do it for the money, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck you for doing it for the money. Seriously, like, fuck you if you're doing it for the money, for real. Like, put the shit out because you love the shit. Put it out because it's actually contributing to the producer community, and the money will come, you know what I mean? Like, don't do it because you want to, because everyone else is doing it, or because you know, you want to make a little bit of bread. Like, you're gonna make bread, but if the shit ain't good, then you're just feeding more garbage into the community, and it's counterproductive to the producer community. So all I ask is that you put out some dope shit. That's really all that matters. Don't put trash out, please. My podcast is called Blapchat, BLAPCHAT. Subscribe now. It's on iTunes, SoundCloud. But definitely, you guys, like, I love the fact that you enjoy my Q&As and my, you know, Instagram sessions, but subscribe to my YouTube channel. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm turning up on my YouTube channel with more content. Make sure you go to my YouTube. Just go to YouTube and type in llmind, and you'll find my page, llmind Vision, or go to my link in my bio and subscribe to my YouTube channel. All of you guys should be subscribing to my YouTube channel, just based off all these questions. I've answered these questions on my podcast. I've answered these questions on my YouTube. Those are the two resources for you to go to. Go to my YouTube and go to my podcast, all right? And subscribe to both, and keep up with me because I'm putting out content every week, sometimes every day of the week, all right? So keep up with me over there. I appreciate you guys that have subscribed and fucking with me. Like, I just love doing this shit, you know? I'm a music producer first and foremost, but I want to document all the shit that I do and pay it forward to you guys. Do you usually think first of a melody, or do you play around until something's good? I play around. I don't, you know, have melodies in my head and I try to duplicate them. I just fuck around and until I hear something good, and then I commit to an idea, and then that's pretty much it. So, how frequently do you scan Beatthread? Not as frequently as I want to, especially this past month because I've been so busy making a ton of music. But it's a weekly thing for me. I want to make it an everyday thing for me. So definitely gonna be on Beatthread a lot more. Past the aux in Detroit. Yes, I'm coming to Detroit at some point. I promise you. So guys, listen. If you're in Philadelphia, if you're in Baltimore, or if you're in Toronto, Philly, Baltimore, Toronto, I'm coming to your city in October. So go to my website, llmindproducer.com. The link is in my bio. Book a slot. I'm finding 20 producers in each city: Philly, Baltimore, Toronto. I'm coming to all 3 cities in October, and I want to meet you guys. So if you want to book a slot to come to the studio and kick it with me, I'm doing these sessions called Past the Aux, and they're limited. So go cop a ticket, cop a slot. Go to my website to do that, llmindproducer.com. When working on a project, how many bad ideas do you have to go through before you get to the good stuff? It all depends. I have a lot of bad shit. You know what I mean? Like, for every 10 songs I do, maybe one of them is really, really good, because I have such a high threshold and for what I think is really dope. So I just make a ton of music, man. I don't really think about that stuff. Like, I don't think about you know, for every X amount of songs I want to keep, like, for every 5 I want to keep 1. Like, there's no formula to any of this shit, especially when it comes to making music. Like, there's no formula. Just make a bunch of shit, and then, like, you know, some of the stuff you make is going to be really good, you know, and some of it will be really shitty, and some of it will be decent. But, like, don't overthink the creative process. Like, just make stuff and see what happens. Honestly, I know that sounds weird, and like, it may sound like non-strategic, but like, the best thing you can do is just not give a fuck and just make as much music as possible, and I promise you it'll all start to make sense. What's your take on producers selling beats for $29.99? Listen, go to my podcast, Blab Chat, and listen to my podcast. We talk about that all the time. Selling beats for $30. I mean, if you think your beat is worth $30, then do you. You know what I mean? Do you. I'm not going to sit here and judge you for the amount of, you know, money you're selling your beats for. Do I think you're selling yourself short? Absolutely. You know what I mean? $30 for a fucking beat. Like, what's $30? You know, like, $30 is a lot of money to some people, and I understand that, and I relate to that, and I you know, I get it. But you know, $30 for a beat, do you. If you feel like you can hustle and come up on some bread and sell beats for $30 and slang them here and there for that price, do you, and see what happens. You know, I just speak on my own experience. That's it. You know what I mean? I would never charge $30. I never did, and I never would. That's just me. But do you. You know what I'm saying? Try it. See if it works for you. Sell your beats for $30, and then a year later, come back to me and let me know how it went. Alright? So for all you guys selling beats for $9.99, $29.99, $19.99, go ahead and do that. Do it for a year, and then hit me up on Instagram and let me know how that shit went. I'd love to pick your brain on how that worked out for you. Where do you set the line between working for free and charging people? I don't think about the money at all. The money comes later. The first thing that I care about and I think about is the creative and the quality of the music. So I'm not concerned with getting money or like how much I'm going to charge, or, oh, this is an indie artist, like maybe I should charge him. Like, that's why I have a manager, you know, that's why I have an attorney. They take care of that shit. Me, on the other hand, I focus on the music. Like, I'm not even talking about the money. if I'm collaborating with an artist. That's not even a conversation yet. The first thing that has to happen is, first of all, like, I have to be inspired to want to work with you, and you have to be inspired by me. That's the only way that we're going to create magic, is if everyone is inspired to work. Every single person. The artist, the songwriter, me, my team, my writers, the engineer, the musicians, all these motherfuckers that are in the room making music, they all have to be inspired. All of us. You know, and that's just the way I prefer it. You know what I mean? I prefer to make music in an environment where every human being in that room is inspired as fuck to create music. And I'll never settle for less. And there's no exception. Like, if you pitch me your music and I think your music is decent, we're probably never going to work. Real talk. If you pitch me your music and I listen to it and I think it's trash, we're definitely not working. Because then I'd be doing you a disservice. How am I supposed to produce music for someone I don't fuck with? I can't. And that's why I'll always keep it 100 with you guys. You know, like, I listen to everything. A lot of the shit I don't like. Some of it I do. And if I do, trust me, you'll get a call back. You'll get an email. Or you'll get a text. Or you'll get a DM. Or you'll get a tweet. Or whatever it is. Like, I'll hit you if I fuck with it. But I gotta be picky and choosy with who I work with. And I say that in the most grounded and humble way, because I put the work in to obviously be able to be in that position. Find people that are inspired by you. That's my piece of advice to all my artists out there. If you're a rapper or a singer or a songwriter, find people that are inspired by you. If you're trying to find beats, if you're trying to find a producer, find people that are inspired by you. Why? Because they're gonna fucking work their ass off for you. They're gonna go the extra mile for you. They're gonna give you all their A-list beats. They're gonna give you their highest quality shit, and they're gonna put the time in for you because you inspire them. And that's all you need to worry about, guys. Alright, that's it. That's the name of the game. If you're a rapper, if you're a fucking musician, if you're a songwriter, if you're a singer, find people that are inspired by you. And if you can't find people that are inspired by you, then maybe your music isn't good enough yet. Maybe you need to put 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 more years into your craft to the point where people are inspired by your music. It's literally that simple, guys. There's no strategy, there's no this, there's no that, there's no fucking way around it. You just have to be really good. Just be really good. And then that's it. If you're not getting any callbacks, then it means your music probably isn't that good yet. It doesn't mean that you won't get there. You gotta work hard, man. My beats used to suck. I'm at a high level in terms of skill and production value, but like, I have a long way to go, guys. Like, I have so much more to learn. I have so much to accomplish, and I'm still getting better, you know? But my shit sucked in the beginning. My shit was trash. I had to work my ass off to get to the point where people were actually saying my shit was decent, you know? So just get good, guys. Get good. People not calling you back because you're not good enough. Fucking work hard, man. Get back to the lab. Stop fucking around. You know what I mean? Like, stop wasting time. Work on your fucking craft. Stop being lazy. That's the only way. That's the only way. And there's levels, guys. There's people that are really bad. There's people that are decent. There's people that are good. There's people that are really, really good. There's people that are phenomenal. And there's people that are fucking superstars.